In Russia, they keep saying they supposedly want peace. Peskov claims that US nuclear tests break the ban on nuclear testing. My name is Albina Pidhirnyak. We'll talk more about Russia's new lies in this report. An actual video has surfaced online showing what the Russians did in Mariupol in March 2022. A regular residential complex with the football fields was destroyed by 10 Russian tanks. I want to emphasize that we still do not have a full picture of what the Russians did in Mariupol because the city remains under occupation.
Yes, we need to take her away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tanks are standing. They got a little here, a little. We live. We're not in the house either, no better.
Well, that's not the point. The last one came.
Both. Oh.
Call?
Da? Kitchenette? Clocks. How long is it? And also, damn it, the war isn't over yet.
Russians killed civilians who were on their way to receive their pensions. It happened near the village of Novoplatonivka in the Izum district. They were attacked by an FPV drone. As a result, 2 women were killed on the spot. 1 man died on the way to the hospital and another person was injured. On a Russian propaganda broadcast, Solovyov stated that Russians want to wipe Ukrainian cities off the map. We understand that such statements are made by Russian propagandists to calm Russians because Russia's economy is facing serious problems and there is no progress for them on the battlefield.
The bridge across the Dnieper must be destroyed. The Kiev Dam must be destroyed. The city must be flooded. Kharkov must be destroyed. Nikolaev, Odessa, Sumy must be wiped off the face of the earth, as well as Dnipropetrovsk and other cities. At the same time, at the beginning we warn. If they do not understand, we carry it out. Well, there is no other way. Well, unfortunately, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just data.
Well, how can you fight in any other way? Well, only in this way, only in this way.
The absurdity in Russia is reaching unprecedented levels. They created a cartoon for children using the NATO and SVO abbreviations. The main characters are named Natolik and Volodya. According to the Russian creators, such cartoons are supposed to instill patriotism in children.
And Natolik is a misfortune. Always bypass him. The street is an interesting place, but you need to know who to talk to and who to avoid talking to, even if the stranger looks like our protector. There are 2 kinds of strangers in military uniforms. Volodya is kind. Everything is all right with him. Natolik behaves badly, can be dangerous. It is impossible to distinguish them immediately. But if a stranger shouts, swears, scares children, brandishes a machine gun and takes a selfie, makes noise, tries to attract attention, pushes, yells that he is a hero and smells like a soldier's sock, climbs into the sandbox shouting, exercises, and is often drunk, this is most likely Natolik. Don't talk to such a person, even if he pretends to be Volodya. Don't give out your address, name, phone number, or intimate secrets, even if they ask you hard. If a stranger in military uniform tries to take you away with him, shout, "It's Natolik!" and run to safety. In such situations, immediately tell everything to your parents, a police officer, or an adult you trust.
In Russia, the rhetoric remains unchanged. Peskov repeated the same nonsense we've heard many times, claiming that Ukraine supposedly doesn't want peace and therefore Russia will continue the war. He once again threatened that Ukraine's negotiation position will worsen. Let me remind you that Russia is demanding Ukraine's surrender, both its occupied and not occupied territories, and this is what Russia calls a desire for peace.
We have also taken note of these statements. They are important. They, in fact, formalize the de facto situation when the Ukrainian side did not want to continue contacts in any way to continue the conversation. This is sad. In the absence of an opportunity to continue the conversation, of course, we will continue the special military operation in every possible way in order to achieve the goals that were formulated by the Supreme Commander-in-Chief and the President. But, of course, against the backdrop of such statements, the Ukrainian side should know that sooner or later it will have to negotiate, but from a much worse position. These positions of the Kiev regime will deteriorate day by day.
After such statements, Peskov said that Marco Rubio's claims that Russia doesn't want peace are untrue. He added that all doors are supposedly closed by official Kyiv.
Here we can hardly agree. Russia wants real peace. Russia is open to resolving the Ukrainian problem by political and diplomatic means. But in the absence of such an opportunity, when the doors for this are closed by the Kiev regime, we continue the special military operation. And the main thing for us is to ensure our security, ensure our interests, ensure our security for future generations, and fulfill the tasks that lie ahead of us.
And in Russia, they are very afraid of possible US nuclear tests. Let me remind you that not long ago, Putin, Belarus, and other officials were discussing how Russia could begin its own nuclear tests. But as soon as United States brought up the same topics, the Kremlin quickly backed down, saying that Russia had no direct intention of conducting nuclear tests.
U.S. Secretary of State Rubio said Trump wants to test nuclear weapons to make sure they are safe. How does the Kremlin assess this explanation?
If we consider this confirmation that the United States is withdrawing from the ban on testing, then this is a confirmation of these intentions. Because nuclear weapons tests mean, in fact, that this rather long period when a comprehensive ban on nuclear tests was in effect will be interrupted. Of course, from the point of view, as our president said, he has already repeated many times in this case, the Russian Federation will act accordingly.
I'm grateful to each of you, dear viewers, for watching this video. Give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and stand with Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.